Welcome to the Fishing Musicians Fishing and Travel Adventures.
Hey everyone, this is Glen Ferguson, your host of the Fishing Musicians, and this week we are in the Florida Everglades.
Oh yeah, he could easily come right now and snap us.
Yeah, he'd take you right out of the boat if you wanted to.
In this episode, we are fishing offshore in the Gulf of Mexico with my good buddy, Charles Wright of Chokoloskee Charters.
How's the cobia it look like out there, gentlemen?
No matter what the season, inshore or offshore, the Florida Everglades offers some of the finest fishing on the planet. We never get skunked here with Charles.
Yeah. Reach down and set the hook. Bam! There you go.
You never know what you're going to hook into on these trips, big fish and small.
Not little Spanish mackerel.
And no trip to the Florida Everglades National Park would be complete without an airboat ride. So stay tuned for another episode of The Fishing Musicians. The Fishing Musicians has been brought to you by Ferguson Audio Productions. Ferguson Audio now offers audio, visual, and presentation technology to assist you in creating successful meetings, corporate events, trade shows, and exhibits. Visit www.fergusonAudioproductions.com. Welcome back to the Fishing Musicians, and we are in the Sunshine State of Florida, in the Everglades National Park. This is the largest subtropical wilderness in the United States. It boasts rare and endangered species, and also has some great adventures and some better fishing.
Fish on.
You never get skunked in the Everglades. If this is the only one I catch, I'm definitely a happy camper.
In this episode, we are heading offshore into the Gulf of Mexico to hook anything that'll bite.
Reach down and set the hook. Bam! There you go.
We're going offshore today for the big ones, right?
Going offshore, do a little action shooting.
Last time I did this, I think we hooked a 150-pound grouper or something. That's still a small one.
It's a small. We get one of the big Fiat-looking fish today.
Wow. You know, Charles lives right on the water. He's got several boats. You got what they call the Yak Attack. You do ecotourism. You bring people out to see all the incredible wildlife that's around the Everglades and the 10,000 islands. ChokoloskeeCharters.com, or you have a second website as well?
Everglades area tours, and a third, actually, Everglades kayak fishing.
I could be hooked onto a submarine.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this offshore fishing expedition because the first time we did it, the first time I ever fished in the Everglades, unbelievable experience.
That's when Jimmy was here.
Yeah. Jimmy, you're not here this time. Too bad.
This This is the old Collier home, which is now the Rod and Gun Club. It's an excellent restaurant overlooking the water.
Apparently you can get alligator in there?
I think so.
Well, I think we're gonna have a little bit of gator as well. Let's do the gator.
Heading into the Gulf of Mexico, your journey will take you through the 10,000 islands. And there's an abundance of wildlife. You may see manatee, large cats, an abundance of bird life. And one suggestion is don't go swimming in the water, because you may get eaten by something.
Oops. How deep's the water here, Charles?
This is 12, 14 feet.
What are these now?
These are small thread fins and pilchards. We're going to use them for chum.
I'll show you them here. Chum meaning to just get the fish
Try
out.
to bring the fish in close to you.
8 miles off the coast of the Florida Everglades in the Gulf of Mexico, we sneak into position. I'm ready for my first cast. What will happen? No one gets skunked here, so my odds are pretty good.
First fish. What do you got here, Charles?
It's like a bluefish. Found my device. Got some strong teeth on this fish. Let me show them to you.
They fight.
Yeah, they do.
First cast.
You see the teeth?
So we're just using a plug there.
Let
So how many
go.
different species would you catch here? What are we going for?
You could out here. You can catch these bluefish. Fish called a blue runner, jack crevalle. Look what it does to the bait. Jack crevalle, Spanish mackerel, kingfish, ladyfish, cobia, snook, redfish. Gosh, who knows?
Who knows?
It's not unusual to go through about 15 species of fish.
Wow. So we just have to rebait.
And a lot of baits.
There we go. Fish on. It's another one.
No, it's a little Spanish mackerel.
Now this is,
Actually, that's like a little kingfish. Looks like a little Spanish mackerel.
wow.
Check the teeth out on this guy. Well, he'll bite you real fast. So.
Yeah, I'll let you take care of that.
Well, they're a very toothy critter, obviously. Very high speed, see that fork tail. Mackerel tuna family with those little summerets. Very, very, very good eating if you eat them fresh. Excellent smoked fish. Very, very aggressive.
Get a fish on here again.
Spanish mackerel.
Sweetness.
Yep.
They're so fast.
Extremely. They're built for speed. It's a little speckled trout on fly.
A speckled trout.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of fly are you using there, Charles?
That's a yellow and green Cloudsburg minnow.
You use sinking line here.
Mm-hmm. In about 15 foot of water.
Fishing offshore in the Gulf of Mexico on this day, the water was like glass, and it seemed like every cast we were hooking a different species of fish. As we cast, we see activity all around us.
We've got porpoises right off the side of the boat here. I just saw one surface.
It was a pretty special day. There was activity all around us. And the neatest thing was watching these stingrays jump all around the boat. They were so quick, it was hard to capture one on video, but somehow Mike was able to do it.
Oh, that's a bigger one. Okay, I gotta get down here. Yeah. Well, it felt bigger. What a fight. Nice fish. Man, they fight hard.
Spanish mackerel. Okay. Smoked fish dinner
What the
tonight.
heck is going on?
That was a cobia it looked like out there, gentlemen. See it hit the surface?
Yes.
Probably ate one of the Spanish mackerel.
How big are those get?
They can get to about 100 pounds.
Get me one of them. That's a Jack Crevalle.
Looks like a bluefish.
Oh, bluefish, okay. Big one. Oh, man. it. That's a strong one. Holy jeez.
I found my dehooker and we're releasing.
That was a strong one. There was something following that big.
Probably a big Goliath grouper maybe.
There. I don't know what to do with.
Just lay him in the water just a little bit and just kind of let me find my dehooker.
Okay. We'll lay him in the water, folks. We're in Florida Everglades here with Chokoloskee Charters Captain Charles Wright. It's December. It is absolutely incredible fishing here. We're going to be right back with the fishing musicians in the Florida Everglades in the Gulf of Mexico.
Welcome back to the Fishing Musicians. We are in Florida, fishing Everglades National Park in the 10,000 Islands. Now, a trip to the Everglades would not be complete without an airboat ride. Deep in the mangroves lies them long, ferocious alligators.
Okay, folks, so here we are in the Florida Everglades, Everglades City, and one of the most popular adventures to do is airboat riding. There's a number of charters. We prefer Doug's airboats. This is Matt Johnson. He's our guide for the day, and he's going to bring us around the Everglades. This is truly a cool thing to do. This is half boat, half airplane. It can fly up to 40 miles an hour, and you're going to see why it's so cool in the Florida Everglades. Let's check it out.
There we go. It's one of our brown pelican. Now this guy doesn't look all that brown, but if you spend much time on the waterways, on the beaches, you're going to see some that are brown, head to toe.
So you've got them tamed.
They know they got to put up with us if they're going to take our bait.
I don't have any fish. It's typical for me. I can't catch them very well. So you'd probably starve with me around. Sorry.
This is the coastal Everglades, and here you find the mangrove trees. There's three different types. There's the red mangrove, the black mangrove, the white mangrove. Now, I'll be honest, they all look pretty similar, so I'm just going to call them all mangrove. Got a little bend in the creek up ahead. At that point, it's going to be getting a little louder, a little windier around here.
You gonna go fast?
Watch your hats. They won't give you any warning before they're sucked into the propeller. our dry season, so the water here in the coastal regions is getting a little bit saltier every day. Now, during the summer months, alligators are everywhere. I don't see any right now. What you look for when you're looking for a gator in the mangroves, you see the roots dropping down into the water along the water's edge. Well, you look for a big horizontal root with eyes. If we don't find any alligators right away, if they aren't immediately visible, I have a couple of tricks to bring them out. Usually if I do something like throw a cameraman in the water, that brings them right out.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. We need the shot. We need the shot, man.
All right, I'm gonna be easing through the buttonwood. Oh yeah, that water's nice and cold. He's not going to be real active. This is a good time of the year to take up gator wrestling there.
Yeah? Okay.
Very docile.
You start. So how big would that one be?
Well, here's the trick. You see the little hump on the end of the nose?
Yep.
Hump over the eyes? Estimate the distance between. For every inch of flat muzzle, there's going to be about a foot of total alligator. That looks like about 8 to 9 inches of muzzle. It's an 8 or 9 foot alligator. He looks smaller than he actually is. You can reverse that real quick though. If you get in the water with him, suddenly he looks a lot bigger than he really is.
Now what do they usually feed on around here?
Canadians.
Uh-oh.
With that tail of his, 5 or 6 lightning fast flicks of that tail, he can push himself out of the water up to a height equal to 2/3 his total length. That means that alligator right there can clear easily about 6 feet straight out of the water. If he wants a boat ride, he doesn't need a ticket.
So he could easily come right now and snap us. And
yeah, he'd take you right out of the boat if you wanted to.
He's looking at me too.
Uh-huh. Well, you're looking at a living, breathing dinosaur, and he's looking at lunch.
I'm looking at maybe just getting back in my chair and having a seat. I think might be the best idea.
Not a bad idea.
I dare you to go pet him, though.
He'll let you.
Really?
Once.
Once, yeah.
You're now entering the cave.
He's one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my life, and he can also pick a guitar and write a song. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Flynn.
What if they had a war and people did the same? What if the world could see its evil and its shame? Why can't everybody be? Oh, listening to the falling rain, talking to a tree, counting all the stars above the ripples on the sea. What if our concrete cities were all to fall? What if the grass so green could grow as tall? What if the sky were blue instead of smoky gray? Why can't everybody pray? Oh, listening to the falling rain, talking to a tree, counting all the stars above the ripples on the sea. La da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da. Why can't everybody be? Oh, why can't everybody be?
We got the door locked. God, God. We were coming in from the airport yesterday, and I seen the RCMP pull this old man over. So the man walked the window and said, "Excuse me, sir, the reason they pulled you over, you got no tail lights." Old guy got out, walked around the back, looked down, no tail lights, started crying. Man, he says, "Sir, it's not that bad." Old guy says, "Yeah, where's my boat and trailer?" And the stuff that's going on in the world, they found a human skull apparently 50 million years old, and it had one tooth reserved right here in the head. And they're not sure, but they figure it's one of the first hockey players. They're all the time telling Newfoundland jokes. Freaking Cape Bretonners, boy. Well, we got our own humor down here in the Maritimes. We got our own way of talking. Two Cape Bretonners having a conversation. One guy said to the other guy, "Was it you or your Uncle Willie what was killed overseas?" Other guy said, "It must have been me. Uncle Willie never been over there." Last year when the big hurricane went through, and they took me out to the Sydney airport, and they put me on a little Dash 8 airplane, right, with the little jobs, and this old man, who was 80 years old, was sitting by the window sleeping, eh? So I didn't want to wake him up, so I buckled up, plane went down the runway, took off, we got up, hit air turbulence, stuff was flying through the air everywhere. I got air sick. I looked, there was no bag to get sick in, I got sick right in the old fellow's lap that was sleeping. Just then he woke up. I said, "You feel better now, sir?" Like if carrots are so good for your eyes, how come you see so many dead rabbits along the road? You don't see many dead crows, though, do you? If they're smart, you'll always see 2 or 3 of them, right? There'd be a dead skunk over there, there'd be 2 pecking on it, and 1 over here, right? When I see a car coming, it goes, "Car! Car!"
Welcome back to the Fishing Musicians. We are with Chokoloski Charters, Mr. Charles Wright, Captain Charles Wright, once again, my good buddy. And we're fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. It's a beautiful December day. We're catching fish wide open. What's this, Charles?
This is a bluefish. I'll let him go back to venture for another day.
Nice. These waters are full of activity. There's turtles, there's bait fish, there's sharks, there's mackerel. We got a mackerel sitting up here. We're looking for some big fish to come and grab that. It could be a Goliath grouper. There is a moratorium on them, but you're allowed to catch them and release them, right, Charles?
Yes.
And we just had a bull shark hit the Spanish mackerel, another Spanish mackerel, and cut the line. So we're just waiting in anticipation of catching something
large.
My arm's sore just from that little fish.
This is the hook we're going to use. Big Mustad 7.0 live bait hook. Reach down and set the hook. Bam! There you go.
Him off again. That was even bigger. He almost pulled me in. Oh. I almost went into the water there. Oh my God. Okay, I know what you mean now, Charles.
Huh?
pulled the trigger. I was like, what the hell?
He ate right through that wire leader.
That's wire leader, folks. You see that? That was bigger than the other thing that we hooked, and it almost pulled me in.
We got to get some bigger tackle, obviously.
I'm game. I was just about bait there. There's something right there. Look at the tails coming out. Oh, something hit hard. What do we got on, Charles?
Jack Crevalle looked like about 10 pounds.
Shoot. These things are strong.
Yeah, they are.
Is this a species number 5 or 6? Oh yeah, off. He's off.
Okay, get it back in the water, throw the fish around.
Okay, we're in the Everglades and we're fishing for Jack Crevalle. There's so many different species here. It's just incredible. We're watching these rays jump out of the water. We can't get a shot of them with the camera because they're just jumping everywhere, but not that often, but nonetheless they are. And there's waves of Jack Crevalle, schools of them by the hundreds, anywhere between 10 and 20 pounds. So we're trying to stealth up towards them. We bait them. You can see them moving in the water, so we try to cast in front of them. Charles is doing a much better job than I am. I'm getting buck fever here. I'm just losing it. So let's hope we can hook one and get it to the boat.
Let's see if we can get us another shot here. These fish are kind of spooky and moving fast right now. See, they'll pop up, so give them a shot. Coming in close, you little forker-tailed devils.
Yeah.
Take your time, let him run. Let him run. Run around back the boat if you have to.
Oh man, there was a lot of them. That was incredible.
Mess of fish.
That is a big fish.
He's ripping some line, isn't he?
Oh yeah. There was, what? How many were there?
There's a couple hundred of them.
They came in like a wave. Okay, buddy.
Gotta wait him out, let him run.
There we
go.
Oh, we got some game.
He'll charge at you and he'll run again.
Yeah.
If he starts to run, just let him go. Kind of bow the rod to him, let him run. There you go.
Oh man, these things can fight.
He'll charge back at you. If he runs, you let him run. He charges back at you, you take it back. The fish is about 10 or 12 pounds. A real strong tail. You off?
Off. Ah.
Thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Glen Ferguson, your host of The Fishing Musicians. Until next time, keep those guitars in tune, your lines tight, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Applying sunblock on my bald head. Don't forget the sunblock.
It's gonna be a long trip.
Well, folks, I think I'm stuck here. I'd like to say thanks to Charles Wright and Chokoloskee Charters. I don't know what I'm doing here, but there's sharks underneath here. We are in the Florida Everglades, and I'm hanging by a wire here.